Hi everyone, today onwards we will be emphasizing on engine testing and performance numericals. So this is the first numerical and these types of numericals will be asked for 10 marks in exam. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to read this numerical carefully and we need to write given data. So a single cylinder 2-stroke square engine. They have mentioned it is a square engine. So you have to keep this in mind. There is one standard condition for square engine. So D is equal to L, means diameter of the cylinder, which always equals to length or stroke length. So one condition is given, D is equal to L. Then indicated thermal efficiency of 25%. So we know that we use NITH for indicated thermal efficiency, or you can say eta, which is equal to 25%. 25%. So you can remove this percentage sign, or you can write this as 0.25. Then and mechanical efficiency of 75%. So for mechanical efficiency we use M and M, which is equals to 75%. 75%. 0.75. Then has a fuel consumption rate of 25 kg per hour. Now we know that mass of fuel, we indicate mass of fuel with this notation small mf, but mass of fuel consumed per unit time 25 kg consumed per hour. So in that case we simply use this dot here. So mf dot, which is equal to 25 kg per hour at the test speed. The engine develops mean effective pressure of 5 bar. Now we know that in mean effective pressure there are basically two types, indicated mean effective pressure and brake mean effective pressure. But when they in exam or in numerical, if simply this has been mentioned, the engine develops mean effective pressure, they have not mentioned about whether it is indicated mean effective pressure or means pressure available at engine cylinder itself or pressure available at wheels. So at that time you have to consider this is brake mean effective pressure, means mean effective pressure available at wheel or available to propel the vehicles. So what has been given? We indicate mean effective pressure with the help of PM, brake mean effective pressure PBM. So what has been given? Brake mean effective pressure. If it is not mentioned, then you have to consider this as brake mean effective pressure, which is given as 5 bar. So you can convert this into Newton per meter square. You have to multiply it by 5 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. Then at the mean piston speed of 15 meter per second. So this is one another simple formula that you have to keep in mind. Mean piston speed. Mean piston speed can be calculated with this formula 2ln. 2ln means mean piston speed. So the value is given, it is 15 meter per second. So which is equal to 15 meter per second. And then the calorific value is also given, which is 42 megajoule per kg. CV is 42 megajoule per kg. You can convert this into kilojoule. So 42,000 kilojoule per kg means 42,000 kilojoule per kg is the calorific value of that particular fuel used. Now we need to determine different parameters. So this is the first part that I have completed. I have simply written given data, what parameters has been given. Now you have to think what has to be calculated and which formula you can use. In my previous lecture, we have discussed about IC engine performance parameters, different IC engine powers, indicated power, frictional power, and then brake power. Then we have discussed different efficiencies like volumetric efficiency, thermal efficiency, and mechanical efficiency. Then we have discussed how to find out fuel consumption. We have discussed SFC, specific fuel consumption, and we have discussed BSFC, and we have discussed some basic formulas. We have seen PM, mean effective pressure, brake mean effective pressure, and indicated mean effective pressure, and we have discussed some basic formulas. The link is there in the description. Please go through that video, then definitely you will be able to memorize the formulas that can be used to find out this particular parameter. So we'll go one by one. First you have to find out, or you have to calculate cylinder diameter. I use D for cylinder diameter, and crank radius. Crank radius I'll say R, which is equal to L by 2. This is the formula that you have to keep in mind. So crank radius is always equals to half of the stroke length. Now you have to think the second thing. See, first we have written this given data. Now you have to think which are the formulae that will be having. Those formulas consist of these terms D and R. So if you remember the last lecture or last video, then we have one formula which consists of area, and we know that in area we use the formula pi by 4 d square. In that case we will be able to find out d. So which is the formula? IP means indicated power, which is equal to PIM LAN by N divided by 60 watt. Indicated mean effective pressure, IP indicated power, stroke length, area, and in area basically we'll be using this formula pi by 4 d square. So with this formula we'll be able to find out this diameter. Then N revolutions per minute, and small n revolutions required to complete one cycle, and divided by 60, it is in watt. But if you observe this formula, then you will come to know that there are many unknowns. IP, I don't know the value of IP, I don't know the PIM, PBM is given, brake mean effective pressure is given, but indicated mean effective pressure is not given. L, stroke length is not given, area, and so almost all the unknowns are there. So you cannot use this formula directly to find out this diameter. So we'll go on calculating parameters. We'll first calculate these parameters IP. So is there any alternate formula that we can use to find out IP? Means only IP is unknown and all the parameters are given. So we have discussed different types of efficiencies. In thermal efficiency we have discussed indicated thermal efficiency and brake thermal efficiency. So if you remember, we do have one formula, indicated thermal efficiency, which is equal to IP divided by mass of fuel consumed into calorific value. We do have this formula. This is second formula. See, I thought I can use this formula to find out D, but there are many unknowns, so we'll go on calculating one by one. So we'll first calculate IP. So I have this alternate formula, indicated thermal efficiency, which consists the term IP divided by mass of fuel consumed into calorific value. Now you can observe this formula. See, indicated thermal efficiency, which is given, IP is unknown, mass of fuel consumed, it is given, mf dot, and calorific value is also given. So by using this formula we will be able to find out this value, indicated power. So this implies IP indicated power is equal to indicated thermal efficiency into mf dot into CV. So we have these values. Indicated, it is 0.25 into 25, see it is 25 kg per hour, 25 kg per hour. But see, in this formula we have to use kg per second, and then only you will be getting the unit in kilowatt. So to convert this into kg per second, we have to just divide this by 3600. So the unit will become kg per second. So 25 divided by 3600 into calorific value of fuel, which is given 42,000. We can just analyze the units also. This mf is given into this formula, kg per second. So if this is a kg per second, and if this is kilojoule per kg, kilojoule per kg, so this kg will get cancelled, so unit will become kilojoule per second, and we know that kilojoule per second is nothing but kilowatt. So in this formula definitely we have to use this as kg per second, then only we will get this unit kilowatt. So now we have to calculate so that you will get the answer for this indicated power. So the answer is 72.92 kilowatt, 72.92 kilowatt. This is IP. Now from this IP we can calculate BP, brake power. See, mechanical efficiency has been given, this is 0.75, and we know that we have one formula, Nm is equal to output power, brake power divided by input power. So from this formula I have this value of mechanical efficiency, I have this value of indicated power, then definitely I will be able to find out this brake power. So this implies brake power is equals to indicated power into Nmax. So we have these values, indicated power which is 72.92 kilowatt, mechanical efficiency is given as 0.75, which equals to, so what is the answer? 54.69 kilowatts. 54.69 kilowatt. So this is brake power. Okay, so I have got this value for IP and for BP, brake power. Now again you can turn toward this formula. Indicated power is equal to PIM. See, indicated mean effective pressure is not given, but brake mean effective pressure is given. Right? So PBM is given. So there is one formula. If I am using this formula to find out brake power, then obviously this will become brake mean effective pressure. Instead of considering IP formula, I am considering this formula because I am having two values, PBM and BP, brake power. So now see whether you can calculate this diameter through this formula. See, brake power, this value is known that we have calculated. PBM is given. I don't know stroke length, right? A, this is also unknown. So two unknowns are there, and N by N. So this small n, we know that what has been given. See, this small n is number of revolutions required to complete one cycle, and this capital N is revolutions per minute. See, in case of two stroke, it is mentioned that the engine is two stroke. In case of two stroke, we know that this small n is equal to 1, means number of revolutions required to complete one cycle is one revolution. So this will become 1. Sorry. So this formula we can rewrite as brake power is equal to PBM LAN divided by 60 kilowatt. Right? So now you can observe how many unknowns are there in this formula. I don't know these values, two values, and I don't know these three values. So there are basically three unknowns. But piston mean speed is given. See, this parameter is given, mean piston speed. which consists of this term 2ln. So you can transfer this 2 to the denominator and you will be getting this value for ln. Then definitely there will be only one unknown, which is area. In that area will be having this unknown d, small d. So you will be able to calculate the value of this d. So I will use this formula. Now you can say to find d, we'll use this formula. Brake power is equal to PBM, brake mean effective pressure, stroke length, area, test speed, revolutions per minute, and 60 divided by 60. Now you have to use the values. So brake power, the value is 54.69 kilowatt into, or you can just say, which is equal to PBM, brake mean effective pressure, 5 into 10 raised to 5. Then stroke length is not given n, but we have given this 2ln. The value of 2ln is given. So ln is nothing but mean piston speed. For example, mean piston speed is given as 15 meter per second, right? But now we have to use, we know that in this formula this n should be in revolutions per minute. So we have to convert this into revolutions per minute. So this will become 15 into 60 meters per minute, right? Because n is in revolutions per minute. So we'll get this value 900 meter per minute. So this is the piston speed, which is equals to 2ln. So we'll get the value of ln. Ln is equals to 900 divided by 2 meter per minute. So now you have to use this value 900 by 2 instead of ln. So you can directly write into ln. The value is 900 divided by 2 into area pi by 4 d square, pi by 4 d square divided by 60. Now there is only single unknown, which is diameter of the cylinder. So from these equations, by calculating these terms, we will be getting the values for this diameter of the cylinder. So the answer is 0.1363 meter, which we can write in centimeter as well, 13.63 centimeter, which is equals to L. This is square engine that we have discussed here. Diameter is nothing but L. So stroke length, we have calculated diameter, and the same value we can refer for L. And now I have got the first answer, diameter of this cylinder that have been asked, cylinder diameter. Now we will find out crank radius. So crank radius R is equals to L by 2. So simple, R is equal to L by 2, or you can use the 0.1363 divided by 2, and the answer is 6.815 centimeter. 6.815 centimeter. So now I have got the answer for the first question which is asked, or first IC engine performance parameters asked, cylinder diameter and crank radius. And now we'll move towards the second parameter, test speed in RPM. Test speed is nothing but I have to find out the value of this capital N. Test speed in RPM means we have to find out value of this N. So now this is simple to find out the value of N. Now we have the value of this 2ln. So mean piston speed, speed, which is given as 15 meter per second or 900 meter per minute. So 900, which is equals to 2 ln. Now we have this value, so I will be having only this unknown. So n is equals to, or n equal to 900 divided by 2L. So L is given as 0.1363. So you can calculate from this formula, you will be getting value of this capital N or test speed. So the value is 3301.5. 3301.5 revolutions per minute. So then next parameter that we have to find out is frictional power. So we have to find out this Fp. Fp is equal to how much? So we have these two terms, indicated power and brake power, and we have the formula indicated power is equal to frictional power plus brake power. So from this formula we will be getting F is equal to indicated power minus brake power. Indicated power is 72.92 kilowatt minus brake power is 54.69 kilowatt, and you will get the answer for this frictional power as 18.23 kilowatt. 18.23 kilowatt. Now we will determine the last parameter, brake specific fuel consumption. So we call it as BSFC, brake specific fuel consumption. This has been asked, and we have the formula for BSFC. So BSFC is equals to brake specific fuel consumption, fuel consumed per unit time, MF, divided by, when it is brake specific, divided by brake power. We know that the unit for this fuel consumed per unit time is kg per hour, and unit for this brake power is kilowatt. So the unit, total unit will become kg per kilowatt hour. So this is brake specific fuel consumption. So we have these values, we can substitute these values and we will be able to get the BSFC. So MF, mass of fuel consumed, in kg per hour it is 25 divided by brake power 54.69. So you will get this answer as 0.4571 kg per kilowatt hour. So this is the last parameter asked, which is BSFC. So in this way, by observing the numerical or reading the numerical carefully, and by thinking that which formulas will be having some standard formulas only, means if I have to find out the indicated power, I may have to use 2 to 3 formulas. Those 3 formulas you have to remember which formula, which parameters have been given, and accordingly which formula need to be used. If I have to find out brake power, then there might be 2 to 3 different formulas. To find out indicated thermal efficiency, brake thermal efficiency, volumetric efficiency, mechanical efficiency, will be having 1 or 2 formulas only. So accordingly you have to solve these types of numericals. So thank you very much. In next video also we will be solving the same type of numericals to find out different IC engine performance parameters.